Hey guys, welcome back to Paradise. Today we are Susie homemaking it up in here. We are making soft shell tortillas, corn tortillas. Yeah, so I'm just going to take you along and show you how we make them. You can also turn these into tortilla chips if you want to, so it depends on if you just want to break them up or not. So what we got here is the el maizal, just corn flour. So we just put it in this container after we open it, then we don't have to deal with it spilling everywhere. It's got a nice, that's I think for peanuts or something, but yeah. So you take that and you put it in a separate bowl like that, and you add water to it. It'll take a decent amount of water, and you just kind of get it to a doughy consistency, and then you roll it into a ball, and then you get some parchment paper and a rolling pin, which we did do this by hand for a long time, and then it was just it makes them thicker, which they don't really cook as well. So I was like, I want to try out the rolling pin thing since we do this a lot. Actually, we have salsa and tacos a lot, so this was just a way cheaper way to do it than to actually buy them pre-made. So because that is only like a couple dollars, and you can make, I don't even know, a ton of little tortilla shells out of it. And then, like I said, you can turn them into chips. So yeah, so what you'll do is get the dough, and then put some parchment paper down, tape it in the corner so it doesn't roll all around. Get your rolling pin, and then you'll just take some of the flour and you'll just sprinkle it onto the parchment paper. That'll make it not stick. Don't use oil. The flour works just fine. And then put some on the rolling pin as well. And just make little balls, because you really can't make giant ones. You're going to make little tortillas, so probably about that size. So that one's actually a little too big, actually. But then you'll just roll it out, and then you'll scoop it up with your spatula, because it's really hard to get them up underneath with your hands because it'll just fall apart. So scoop it up with your spatula, put it on your plate. And we're going to cook these on the fire. So I like to make them all at first and throw them on top of each other. It's a lot easier if you just throw it right onto the fire. But if there's bugs outside or it's windy, you really don't want to do this outside. So I'm just doing it inside. And then you put a little more flour on top of that one. So when the next one's done, it won't stick to it. So that we're going to make however many that makes, and about that size. As you can see, my hand, it's a little smaller than my hand. And then we're going to go out and start a fire, and I'll show you how we fry them up. Alright, so you're going to want to get a nice good fire going here with your cast iron, and put a generous amount of oil down, because they'll fry up really nicely. Once you get your oil in, you're going to want to get a nice spatula here. A nice spatula? I'm not sure what that is, but a flat spatula, and try to get them up, but sometimes see if they're a little too big. If you have a nice wide spatula, they won't break like that, but then you can take them and get them in the oil. And then you usually, with the big cast iron here, I can fit about 3 or 4 in there. So, yeah, it's a little nicer. There we go. And you'll let them fry on that side for a little bit, and then you'll flip them over and fry them for a little bit, and then always put some garlic salt on it. And that's about that. And this is what they'll come out looking like. And we got our rice and beans and vegetables already cooked. So we'll just throw that in the cast iron once the shells are done, and you'll be ready to go. And we got some fresh homemade salsa inside already, so I'll finish cooking these up, and I'll show you what the end result looks like here in a second. Everyone's ready, so you ready to eat? Alright, and there we have it, guys. Easy as that. Homemade fresh tortillas. We got some fresh salsa that Mama whipped up for us, and we got some rice and beans and vegetables, and we got some lettuce on the side. We usually have a lot more in this as well, but we've been out for 2 weeks, so this is kind of our what we eat after a couple days or a couple weeks out in the boonies. So we don't really have a lot of fresh stuff. I'm surprised the lettuce is actually still looking good. But anyways, there you have it, guys. Another day in paradise. We do eat pretty good. See you guys next time.